Today, we're going to talk about update frequencies and grace periods because this comes up quite a bit from pretty much 100% of our clients. Because the question really is, what is the optimal amount of times a year that you should hear about your plan? And then also, how much time do you want to give people to make that update before they're late, where you want to balance giving them enough time, but also creating some sort of sense of urgency? So the advice that I typically give, especially for strategic plans, is that monthly updates are fantastic. That is the holy grail of strategic planning update frequencies because it gives you about 12 updates a year, give or take. And then if you compare that to what you're doing now, it's usually quite a bit more, sometimes 4x, 5x more than people are doing currently. So having that kind of as your expectation is a good place to start. If you feel it's too much to start because people are not doing it currently, you can always switch over to quarterly to start, but with an eye on the idea of moving to monthly. And the question then would be, when monthly should we send out our email and ask for updates? The best way to look at this is that the end of the month is your friend. Our system does a great job of asking you what happened in the past. So in order to get maximum understanding of the past, having your email go out on the last day of the month, or in some cases where you have a situation where your data is lagged, having your email come out a few days after the month ends is a great way to be able to ensure that people can answer the questions asked in the update email, which is basically, what is your status? What is your actual value if they're tracking something quantitative? And then what is their comment? The only one that usually lags is the data element. So just ask yourself, what is the date on the calendar where we know that in absolute fact, all data is in? Maybe that's 5 days after the month ends. Then there's your date. Email comes out on that date and you're good to go. So if you don't care about a data lag or the data lag doesn't exist, last day of the month is ideal, or the last day of the quarter. If you need a data lag, have it go out a few days after the month ends on the actual day you know all data is in. So that's your tried and true guide there. And then secondarily, from a grace period perspective, I'm a big fan of 5 days. Basically, that gives people about a week in their time to make an update. And it also accounts for many times, weekends and people being out, 5 days or even close to 7 days would allow that ability for that person. Let's say they're out for a day or two. When they get back to the office, they still can make their update without being late. I've seen some people do 3 days, 2 days. It's a little too quick, especially if people are on the road or if they're out. So anywhere between 5 and 7, depending on what day the email goes out, is ideal. So end of the month, end of the quarter, have the emails go out, 5 to 7 day grace period, and then you'll be living your best life. Your plan will have the updates you need, and we'll go from there. Hope this helps.